All right guys, now we're going to spend a little time learning how to plot a coordinate on a map. We're doing a little read ahead here because we've already plotted a random coordinate on this map, and we're doing that for a reason. In this particular instance, we've plotted the Riverside Cemetery. We've already used our protractor, we've already got our coordinate, and I want to show you that now, and there's a reason for that. This is the UTM grid coordinate format. This would actually be considered the long format. So, for example, if you were going to send a coordinate to one of your friends halfway around the world that wanted to meet you at that cemetery, this is the coordinate that they would need to use on another UTM map for this same grid zone in order to find your location. We're going to be shortening this grid down to 8-digit grid because we're on a local map for future plotting. But it's important that you know that this contains a grid zone designation, which we talked about earlier, and is located down here at the bottom of your map. It contains the easting, which is made up of the number easting lines that are down here that are made up from the bottom of the map, along with additional coordinates that measured in right to the grid square. The northing, the exact same way. We're going to be moving to the 8-digit grid for future plotting, and we'll explain that next. It's only fair that we break down this big number for you a little bit, understand where we're going with this whole thing when we move to a smaller, shorter 8-digit number. Let's talk about how that actually happens. We've got the long number here that we've already talked to you about. This is the one that we send your friends around the world to come meet you at the cemetery for Halloween party or whatever you got going on. From now on, because we're at a localized map, we don't need the big number anymore. We know where we're at on the earth. We only need 8 digits to get to where we need to go. Here's how we're going to come up with those. First of all, you have to break it into the first 2 digits of each number. For the easting, we're going to take the first 2 numbers as part of the 3 numbers that are down here. We're going to eliminate the small number and only use the 3/8, the big number. We're going to do the same thing with the northing, the 31 over here. We're going to pick up only the 31, the large 31, and eliminate the small numbers. Now, we've got 2 more numbers each we have to pick up. We've drilled down to this particular grid square with 38 and 31. We're going to break this into 10 equal parts on each line. We've used our protractor and we've already plotted this grid. We have found out that the final 2 digits that make up the location are 8-1 and 3-9. On all future plotting, which we'll learn about later, we will be using only the 8-digit grid coordinate.